absolutely. And let's get into draft as we speak, because here we go. I can't wait for that Urgot ban.
Let's go.
I think he will be tanking the bans. I also think getting rid of Mars Oriana is really important for HKFC. We saw Mar able to take over, and we didn't see a huge amount of true domination from Kevin Bacon, #Mog, and there we go. The Oriana taken away immediately. Good call, HKFC. Very good call.
Yeah, they've done their research. And look, it's interesting because, we've got Ma, who's got the newer, pro experience, and Tallywack has been in the game for a long time. So we're going to see an interesting matchup, see if Tally can still hold his own.
Absolutely, and Byleth's Gwen going down. Research has been done on both sides. We saw Byleth's Gwen, and there's Urgot. We saw Byleth's Gwen really keeping afloat and doing really well. And Urgot, without Urgot, Laughing Man is going to have to go onto the back foot here. And as expected, though, he expected that. He knew he was going to tank bans. And so now he's going to have to play one of his other picks that he has been training up. Project Laughing Man. Let's see it get to work. Aurora ban. What do you think about that?
Hey, I mean, if you could take that bunny off the table, I think it's a good call. Getting that off the hands of Byleth and even Tallywacker, you never know if it's going mid or top these days.
It's true. Certainly true. Kevin Bacon, #Mog. No MF for you today. We won't be allowing that. That is too strong of a comfort pick for you. No Vladimir either. Very AP-centric bans from Poltron'S Kittens here. What do you think about that? Is that for a specific purpose, or are they going after sort of more comfort picks, would you say?
Yeah, potentially going after the comfort picks, but you never really know with these guys. I mean, you've got the flexibility is really going to be what it comes down to. And like you said, obviously Laughing Man's going to be a bit flexible, but we do see Styx's Ezreal come through. That is his go-to.
Absolutely. As we get Kevin Bacon, #Mog on the Ashe to counter. Yep. Poltron'S Vi. No Olaf for me today, unfortunately. But it's important to understand, whoever loses this game, much like Team Siren, will be completely out of the tournament. So we're going to need the best picks possible for both teams to have a chance at staying in. Jin Jiao.
Strong champ.
Very strong champ. We've seen really good showings as we get, what was that, a Rakan?
Yeah. Seeing a lot of all-in. I mean, there's a lot of follow-up coming from the, Xin goes in, Rakan goes in, Ezreal can play up with the ease.
Absolutely. Getting a little bit of a movement comp here from HKFC. And we do have the shutdown counter from this Vi. We've got the point and click CC, but I think we need a little bit more. And we might get that with a huge Sion ult, Laughing Man Sion. Project Laughing Man.
And look, I mean, like you said, he's got to fall back onto maybe the less comfortable picks, but hey, if you when in doubt, you just throw on Sion, and just if you do go down, just call it inting Sion and you'll buff out.
A strange little Olaf ban from the side of Poltron'S Kittens. I guess in terms of how much CC that they have on their team, that's a good ban. We don't want to be allowing anyone to be getting onto CC immunities. And if the dream team works out here, if Laughing Man can get ahead and just sit in front of the rest of his team, Styx is going to find a bit of trouble. Getting through those Scions. They have been tanky. They've shown to be just so tanky. They stack up so much health and armor. And even if they go something like a Titanic Hydra, it's still rough as we get a Nico ban.
Yeah, Nico ban coming through. It's going to be interesting to see where they can actually get some more damage on HKFC. Like you said, they've got their tanky front line with Sion, and even Vi can get a bit tanky later on.
Certainly.
So are they going to be able to cut through? Who are they going to pick up in the mid lane? We do see the Syndra coming out against the Mara as well. Now, I believe Mara and Kios have pretty similar champ pools, so makes sense to take those on the table.
Ooh, I love a Seraphine pick. We saw Ying play Seraphine the other day to great success. It looked really good. Take a look. They've left Ambessa open. That's an Ambessa top. Freely available as we get Tallywacker Ari.
Holy. We got a banger on our hands.
This is going to be a real good one. Let's finish it off. What are we thinking?
Is Mar going to surprise with the Seraphine mid?
I would love to see it.
That would be crazy.
Very difficult to play
especially
into
the
Ari.
Ew, the Talia.
Talia, going to be great. A really good fifth pick for the side of Poltron'S Kittens. We can stop that Rakan engage. We can stop the Ambessa. We can stop the Ari. We can even stop the Jin Jiao. Ma is the linchpin, the key to this game. Let's see how they can play it out, because it's going to be very important. It's going to be really important that these Taliyah E's are in the choke point. We're going to get into the second game right now.
And is this Scion going to be able to survive the laning phase? Or is M-Pesa just going to wail on him from level 1?
It's always a rough one being a Scion into an M-Pesa, because you have so much movement on that M-Pesa. You can just dodge every slam. You can dodge pretty much all the abilities that he's got. And so it will be interesting. It's going to be up to Laughing Man to prove that he can survive that and that he can keep relevance. Now, Scions can always keep relevant with that passive, but stacking up a lot of deaths probably isn't going to be too good because of how snowbally HKFC's comp is. I mean, if this Ezreal gets ahead, or this Ahri or the Xin Zhao, that lead is going to stay throughout the game.
Yeah, and we might have an interesting summoner name gap here in the mid lane. Hello. Oh, hold up. Level 1 shenanigans.
Yeah, Rakan's just going to be forced to run away here. What do you think about the Kevin Bacon #Mog Passionless Seraphine bot lane? Is that Ashe Seraphine? Is that a typical bot lane that we see, or is that sort of a little bit more unique?
Look, a little bit more unique, but there's some interesting interactions. Obviously, you've got the Ashe volley, therefore making the Seraphine slow straight into a root as well. So, without having to hit the double E, you can just throw it straight off the Ashe volley, and they get stopped where they are. Hey, they bring a lot of CC. Once again, we see a bot lane with a lot of CC. We're going to be able to see if they can actually do anything with it this game.
Yeah, as we get a little bit of bush control from Styx here. See if Kevin Bacon #Mog is aware. Absolutely.
Yeah, and Styx is obviously very comfortable on this Israel pick. So he'll know this matchup. He'll know how it goes. It doesn't look like he wants to play too aggressively level 1, though.
Yeah, good call. We're going to need to keep that health alive. Vi, and especially Poltron. I love Poltron's jungler play style, because I honestly think he would look for something like an early dive here, because getting Styx behind is going to be so key, a real key to this game, because at the end of the day, in terms of long-form team fights, if the Taliyah is allowed to do what she does, HKFC is going to be in trouble. They're not going to have the control over these team fights that they're going to want, because they have to play around the Taliyah E cooldown. And Ma, so efficient, he's not going to waste that cooldown.
No, and look, all it's going to take is one Taliyah E, and their whole team fight is fucked. All it takes is, Ahri accidentally ulting over Taliyah E, and she's dead. Oh, early fighting in the mid lane here.
Yeah, half health on both mid laners. Taliyah, a bit of a more scaly pick. You don't have much kill potential early game, and with both sides taking TP, we're not going to be seeing that sort of same
early invade coming through from Poltron'S
Kittens. Invade from Poltron, and that's first blood onto Dextrix there.
He's just done. See you later. That is a big hit for HKFC.
Most importantly, losing that red buff as well. We're going to get a nice little CS lead and the kill over onto Poltron. I mean, if he gets ahead, it's going to be so hard. Laughing Man is completely out of mana as well, and you can see we've had two depressing top lane matchups in a row, God, haven't we? We've had the Mundo.
We very much have.
Look at this. Isn't this just grim, man?
Oh, and we're seeing a bit of scrapping happening in the bot lane here.
Certainly, it's on Vision. Smite's only on Dextrox here. They're gonna have.
They've got the prio to be able to take the scuttle anyway. So, and look, hey, giving Vi a couple of kills early is not good. That champ can very easily start to take over a game, especially once he hits that level 6.
Absolutely, and with the front line, it's pretty clear to me that Poltron is going to have to go the Sundered Sky build. He's not going to be able to go a more lethality-based, I've been seeing a little bit of Profane Hydra Vi and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you only really have this Scion and Vi to front line. But they can stay alive for a while. That Seraphine W, the shielding is so potent. You really have so much power to keep the sustain alive. I'm really hoping to see these combos you were talking about. You get the Ashe slow into the Seraphine slow, and then they can double up the CC with the arrow and the ult. There's a real dream. There's a dream sequence that I'm wondering if we're going to see this game.
And look, we got this massive pick opportunity for Poltron. Vi ult, Ashe arrow, Seraphine R. If they can get these picks taken off early or later in the game, it's going to be very advantageous for them.
We can see Poltron's sort of experience coming to light here. I mean, this drafting is I'd say honestly perfect, and even counterpicked with this Ambessa into the Scion, it doesn't seem to bother them a huge amount. And I'd say picking Ashe is a little bit risky, risky first pick, but I guess with the knowledge of the ADC first pick as well, they chose to do it, and it's really paid off with how this team comp has come together. But of course, HKFC, all they need is a couple of lucky team fights, and they will snowball this game to oblivion as a really huge chunk of health is taken from Laughing Man here.
I feel like every time we look top, it's Laughing Man getting his ass beat. But I assume that's just how this matchup goes. And Scion just has to try and withstand the storm.
Yeah, and it is a very, very strong storm. 10 CS lead gathered as a lot of members focus around the mid lane. Getting very close, but dodging the grand entrance from the Rakan. The triple stun.
That's a massive combo.
Down. The Weaver's Wall is coming out and does catch this Rakan on the other side of it. A huge amount of damage, forced to flash away. The counter engage from Poltron with that flash.
What a massive fight.
Really nice.
Yeah,
really good.
And look,
fight.
just high-level fighting we're seeing from both teams in that scenario, but really, Poltron's Kittens just able to take it away with the W there.
Yeah, look at that stun. All three members
it's
of
just
HKFC
massive.
rooted there. It really is.
And the Weaver's Wall just
perfect.
to be an absolute nuisance. Get that flash from the Rakan, stop any future engages, and the Poltron Q flash there. Really just catching that Vi engage. Call it luck, call it skill. Either way, it looked cool to me.
It certainly did. And more importantly, now that these flashes are down, we're going to be seeing if any team wants to take a slightly more riskier play. We don't have a flash on the junglers, and we don't have a flash on the mid laners. While that benefits Ari more, the ult will be down for at least the next 90 seconds. Scion just ulting back. I've got to get some CS.
Yeah, exactly. Now, what I wanted to ask you, how do you feel the matchup goes between Goonscape and Hello? Like, how do you feel? You know, do you feel like you've got a bit of, insight onto that?
Well, Goonscape and Hallow, I mean, it's a matchup as old as time, truly. I am, of course, playing on my second screen.
Of course.
I think Ari it's really tough, isn't it? Because how do you ever your engage with Ari is quite decently what's it called? Like, it's obvious when an Ari is pretty much going to engage. Telegraphed.
It's very predictable, telegraphed. Yeah.
And with how quick those Talia rocks can come out as once again
Every time.
Just like.
And this time he goes down to Byleth.
He's finally got.
He's trying to give him a little bit of a beat down on the way out. He's picking up some of the creeps, but Byleth says, "No, mate, no, you do not get this way."
I love the fact you said every time we pan to top, it just looks worse and worse.
Literally every time.
And it literally does. It literally does. It's Project Laughing Man is going to be a little bit behind. It can still come online here. That ult is not going to be available and no TP, so he's just got to stomp his way back to lane.
Yep.
As game goes back into this sort of natural farming state. Grubs are up and they have the Prior with the Scion death.
Now we're just seeing the trade. A good trade here from Poltron, really picking up his first dragon. And, you know, if they do keep falling behind, it gives them a bit more time to scale up with that Scion and that Talia as well.
Absolutely. Getting a Kraken Slayer on this Ashe. As we're getting this, Ezreal's going for a slightly bit of a slower online build, probably that Trinity Force Mana Mune, but once those two items, I mean, that power spike is so insane for him.
Yep, exactly.
There isn't a huge amount to cancel the Rakan engage. They don't have much peel in terms, like once this Talia E is down, Rakan does have free roam to just run around and charm everyone. So the dream for HKFC is just waiting. It's a patience game. Once that E goes down, Laughing Man. Oh,
that matchup is miserable.
It's so grim.
Let me throw my Q. Oh wait, you're not there anymore. Oh, Laughing Man.
Every trade, Byleth is getting all three Drakehound steps and Qs off, and it's just chunking him down so much. Laughing Man needs to get all the CS, but it's running rough. It's running real rough.
I do hope Laughing Man doesn't mind taking a beating, because that's all he's doing at this point.
Absolutely.
Look, he's not that far behind in CS.
No, that's true. It's true.
Could be worse, and in terms of XP, he's staying there. And that's going to be the main thing, right? Like, if he goes down a little bit in gold, it's whatever. But if he's staying up in XP, at least he's still in the game.
I want to ask you, Dodge, should we have expected a little bit more action in this bot lane? It's been quite
Look, I thought we were going to have it. I thought we were going to see a bit more. I thought Styx was going to be trying to make his mark, but you know, maybe this Ashe pick really just locks it down, and Styx has gone with the Ezreal for the comfort pick. Maybe he's a bit nervous, mate.
I mean, yeah, as we said, whoever loses this game is also out of the tournament completely. So everyone does have nerves high. They want that juicy prize pool.
Yeah, man.
One wrong move could make you lose out on $2,420. You really don't want to make that move.
Oh, especially if you're coming up against Kevin Bacon #Mark, you know?
Absolutely.
It's a scary sight to see against you in the end as the laner.
It truly is. I had a terrible experience with Kevin Bacon. Yeah, I ran him down. Well, not on purpose, of course, but I went about 0-6 on Pantheon a week or so ago, and he was on center, and it wasn't pretty, and I always meant to make it up to him, and hopefully that's why I'm rooting for him this game, at least in spirit. Byleth has full access to this wave, however he wants it.
We're seeing a bit of movement coming towards this top lane, as well as we're seeing the movement from Poltron'S, Kittens. Ooh, maybe looking to pick up a bit of a kill on this Ahri. Vi does have the ultimate available.
As we get the Vault Breaker charged up here from Poltron, but choosing not to go in. Dextros in a slightly bad position here. Hiding in this tri-bush is found immediately. We do get an engage from Rakan. Grand entrance in, but the Seraphine ult is here. Charming that Rakan. Look at those Kalia E's. They can't go in. The public execution is here. Ahri getting another reset. Byleth getting a little bit low. Laughing Man is here as well.
Oh, massive Weaver's Wall.
With the Weaver's Wall, the fight still continues in the bot side, but look how tanky this Seraphine is somehow. There's no damage from Goonscape here. 1v2 support as that fight goes in the favor of Poltron'S Kittens.
And it was very clutch because Kevin Bacon hit the cross-map arrow onto Ma. Sorry, not Ma, onto Tally. Tally just sat there in the middle of his ult doing fuck all for about half of that fight. So,
a Nicoya arrow indeed we get there.
Exactly.
Doesn't need...
Nicoya in spirit.
Was there an Ezreal ult? I must have missed it. But
no, he's
that
just
was
ulted now.
Well. Oh, I see. And yeah, take a look
it's
here.
Not
we
up
see
right
the
now.
arrow coming in. Look at the arrow coming in. Watch it closely. And that's a full 3 seconds. You are stunned for any chance at counter engage. And Byleth, even with all these dodges, Drakehound's step is not enough to get away from the likes of Poltron.
Amazing Weaver's Wall too.
Look how much damage Passionless soaked there, by the way. With just a redemption, I didn't realize Seraphine was that tanky.
Yeah, I guess so. Very surprising, to be honest. Normally Seraphine just kind of... she just gets hit by a gust of wind and falls over.
Yeah, blown over.
I must have missed the patch where she became a tank.
Absolutely. I
must have missed that
when
one.
That happened. It was with the jungle upgrades.
Must have been. She might actually be a jungler now. They're kind of making anybody a fucking jungler these days.
They buffed them, didn't they? As we take a look, by the way, even though that fight went so in the favor of Poltron'S Kittens, HKFC CSing very well and keeping only about a 1k gold difference. It's about to become 2, but that's still really good for the 3-kill disparity that's gone on over the way to Poltron'S Kittens.
Yeah, Tally do be chovying right now. 135 CS in 13 minutes. He's
absolutely.
Somehow he's holding up.
A really interesting. I'm curious of the build path here. He's gone for the Blackfire over the typical Malignance route. Is that normal for an Ahri?
Honestly, maybe it's just to try and help deal with the Scion. You know?
Yeah,
I think
true.
Malignance...
Someone's going to have to get through him.
Yeah, exactly. Just to give... He realizes there's going to be a bit of tankiness coming through.
Ooh,
even Talia building up the stairs.
Poor Laughing Man. It's going to be a 3-man dive. He ults to counter.
The redemption?
The Scion is decently tanky, and Mara's here.
Oh,
you ain't diving, Laughing Man. We'll help out. Project Laughing Man still online. You're forced to back away. A beautiful wall coming in to save Laughing Man's life. And Poltron's bot side to maybe collect something on Styx, but Styx is aware. Give me a Krug.
He got one of the little ones. Two of the little ones.
Two of them.
Get him, Styx.
Poltron is tanky.
Tickling him. He's giving him a little tickle.
Yeah, what is...
Poltron's like, oh, thanks for scratching my back, bro. It's getting a bit itchy.
There's no item on this Ezreal, and he's doing nothing. It's like a mosquito.
Nah. And like you said earlier, you know, is this Ezreal going to be able to push through these tanks? Even though Poltron's not really a tank, but he's got that XP level would be... Yeah.
Just a ruby crystal or something. Look at this dive again. It looks good at the start, but Dextrox takes that tower aggro, or seemingly Dextros takes it early, but it's such a good counter engage from Marl, getting those rocks out. And Byleth, the moment they see that Weaver's Wall, Byleth jumps out. A little bit of a miscommunication, and then we lose, of course, 400 CS. We lose that.
And they're so lucky because it could have been way worse. Kevin Bacon's arrow only just missed.
Yes,
only just
absolutely.
missed. So got to keep an eye on those because he loves throwing them across the map, apparently.
I love keeping track of how many arrows miss or land. Ooh, a little bit of a dodge. A nice little sidestep from the Ari here. Tallywack is known for it.
Poltron
coming back for seconds. Well, no, just a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare as we move towards this Rift Herald. But with the pings coming out, HKFC want to contest.
Yep.
We're down 2k gold, but we're not scared. The engage from Ari landing onto Ma here. Double charms going out, and they are down. They don't have access to this Talia E, and they are doing so much damage to Poltron. Sundered Sky healing him up, but it's not going to be enough. The Enchanted Arrow stopping Dextros in his plans, but it doesn't matter, and they take down 2 members of Poltron's Kittens there.
We've still got the Ambassador already. Ashby, look out.
Eating the public execution.
Unable to flash
and the
it.
grand entrance. Triple stun, and Laughing Man, the train is in. He'll double up the stuns.
Hold up, Laughing Man.
A huge amount of damage, but Laughing Man is doing damage as it will trade 1 kill. But Sticks
he gets
online
2
with that Trinity, and now the Rift Herald will go over to HKFC. They want to keep it going. They really wanted to keep that fight going.
Yeah. No, I don't know if Seraphine just didn't have ult earlier, or maybe she felt like saving it till then. Not really sure what's going on there.
Style points. I mean, it was
a
beautiful
hit the R
man.
flash backwards.
And we see, I mean, once those rocks come out, if you're able to just dodge around them, Mar is at such a disadvantage, and you can just catch them out because we do have so much mobility. There's there's an Ambassador, there's a Rakan, there's a Xin Jiao. If you don't play perfectly, you're gonna have a rough time.
Yeah, exactly. And this was a big combo. We just needed to see it earlier. Massive ult coming through from Laughing Man.
Yeah, if those 2 members of the team were in that past team fight, it certainly might have gone more in the favor of Poltron's Kittens, but just the fact that it was so extended, we get a glimpse of what could have been.
Yeah, and we did see that Blackfire Torch really coming through clutch for Tally there, able to really start to stack up that passive during that fight. Fight lasted for so long, and a massive pick onto Tally with that charm as well to really kick off that fight.
We sort of, the team of Poltron's Kittens does, while everything centers around this Talia, the moment that the Talia is gone, it collapses a little bit. Poltron looking for Byleth here, but that's a tanky Ambassador. The full Black Cleaver and Eclipse has been done. So even with this full engage, it's not enough. When she does dodge out of the rank, but Poltron
what is going on?
Kevin Bacon #Mog landing these like crazy. There was a solo onto Laughing Man up top from Tally here. No CS as well from that passive given. Little bit of trade going over on both sides, but we'll see. Comes out on head. Poltron.
Ooh, Poltron caught with his pants down.
Extras and Passionless is here, forced to ult defensively, pushing
Big
them away. But
Dextros.
Poltron isn't done, and there's the Seraphine ult, catching out Dextros there. The jungle is mine.
Poltron was caught with his pants down, but he was not sad about it. He was happy to see Dextros, so I don't know what's going on there. But they're able to pick up that kill, even though Dextros did manage to dodge out on the double Seraphine E.
Yeah, and it's sort of, what's happened here is I believe, Dextros is going to go for a very similar build path in the same way as Poltron, but because Poltron got such a strong early lead, just from that first invade kill, he's got this item advantage and he's doing so much, he's so tanky, and we're really going to need some outplays in order to stop him from getting further and further ahead. We have the Dragon Spawn though, and as we've seen with these 2 teams, they love contesting.
Yeah, and look, I mean, Kevin Bacon really is, he's holding his own with the Ash arrows. He's trying to farm up. Look, I don't imagine he's going to be putting out anywhere near as much damage as Ezreal. Because who's he allowed to hit? A misinput seen there from the Ambassador, a misinput.
Slightly, very slightly.
Very slight misinput. He might have hit his mouse on his keyboard or something, not sure.
Oh, they don't actually get vision in that close bush.
Laughing
Man Sion. Choo choo. Oh, and a beautiful Weaver's Wall to stop it off. It goes right into the wall. Tallywacker is in the fight. They've cut these 2 off, and Poltron is taking a lot of damage. But the Sundered Sky keeping him alive. Not buying enough time. Dextros still in the pit. Is smiting the dragon to collect it though.
Wow.
They will trade it down. It was a very big split fight.
Yep.
Going towards the way in terms of kills of Poltron's Kittens, but picking up that dragon might be what HKFC really needs.
Now they get to pick up mid tower here potentially as well. Oh, maybe not.
Ooh, lovely little charm here. Sticks getting caught out by the having to cleanse as well. Cleansing nothing
goes down.
besides a small slow and having to flash as well. But the charm
this combo.
onto Kevin Bacon. Hashtag Mog. Ma wants more. Another kill and a second one. Oh my god.
Holy, he came to play.
Holy, Sticks was not expecting that. Your flash was already down. Don't be in range.
You guys might be holding hands, but you guys are holding hands in base. Holy moly. Big moves from Ma there.
It's an extended fight, and they're so close to tower. It actually doesn't look good for Poltron's Kittens because they get hit by that charm. But look, Ma is just landing everything that needs to be landed. Flash.
Yeah. Just hitting everything. Hitting
it
everything.
Really is. High ATAR plays in the mid lane as we watch right now. Poltron clearing this jungle. He's had it for most of the game. Look at this CS lead he's got here. 40, roughly almost, 40 CS lead. It is a pretty nasty turn of events as we get a 3k gold lead over to the side of Poltron's Kittens. Yeah, look at this gold value here. Laughing Man has been keeping up and has been collecting a lot of kills.
Yeah.
And he's in here with the Sundering Stam. Dexterous flashing in. Poltron half health, passionless low as well. Forced to flash ult away, but it's not going to be enough. He falls. Enchanted arrow catching out Dexterous. Poltron's here, getting public. We executed. Flash in from Byleth.
My
Ma
God.
putting out so much damage. It's just Poltron and Byleth now, but Ma's here for the day. Don't you worry, I've got the damage.
Oh my.
Up. We are a team.
We're literally
for a
seeing Kevin
reason.
Bacon just playing cross map. This guy, I
I've
don't know
never
if he's
seen
been
him
in
in
any
a
fights
team
yet,
fight.
but he's hitting arrows in every fight they win. He's hitting arrow, and Laughing Man said, "Hey, you beat on me all lane. I'm gonna beat on you now." So
We look at this. We have to keep track of the Ash arrow. It's a beautiful flash engage from Dexterous there, and they do catch out the Seraphine. But just look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, look at where the Ash is. He's clearing top wave. And it does not matter that Byleth is playing out of his mind, zoning Poltron away, because Ma just has so much damage now. And Poltron's that little Sundered Sky chugging away, healing him more than you possibly believe. Man.
yeah, we really are seeing that Talia come online now. She's so strong with these kills that she's been able to pick up. She's almost at that decap too, and that power is just going to sky. There it is there. It's picked up now. That is some big damage, as well as the blighting jewel to really cut through any of that MR that's only been picked up so far by Dextrox.
Yeah, and it's gonna be, you've got to be thinking on the sides of HKFC. We need to get this to Leah. She doesn't have a Zhonya's. She is able to be caught down, and if we want to win this game, if we don't want to be out of this tournament, that's what we need to do.
Yep. That's crazy. With all these arrows, I thought Kevin Bacon would be going for like the Malignant's Axie Mark build, but he's been able to sit on this side lane and get ahead in CS. He's pulled up a level lead as well onto Sticks, and we're going to be able to see Ash maybe do a bit of work in these upcoming team fights.
Yeah, it's really that 3-item power spike on Ash that you start actually seeing a bit of damage over the slows. And with that BF sword, he wouldn't be too far away as Poltron is here. Sticks, good luck, you've got to run. No, the aura
Poltron's
alone
just teasing
is
him.
enough. Yeah, the aura alone. Poltron doesn't want the smoke. Sticks with a cigar ready. Scuttle crab though, for free.
Yeah.
Contest.
We got 12 seconds on the dragon coming up. I don't know if we're going to see a contest coming out from HKFC.
Yeah. Rakan is hovering around Sticks, and Poltron is so acutely aware of that, but it's going to be really hard when you have this RE topside. And while Tallywhacker does have TP available, with all this vision control from the Prio, it's so hard to just try and contest this dragon, and it's not soul yet. While you really don't want to be given third Drake, you can afford to. It's not good, but you can afford to. Sticks, no vision. Be very careful in this bush. You need to be so careful. You have no vision. You're not going to make the play. Both teams, a loaded gun in their hands. Who's going to shoot the first bullet?
We're going to see Weavers will come through.
Baron's sniffing around this pit. Laughing Man has entered the river. Starting the dragon. playing both sides of the river here. Tribush has been collected. Rakan, you don't want to face check. Talia E's very early. This would be the moment. 8-second cooldown on that ability. They can do whatever they want. Look how scared Poltron team is now. The Weaver's Wall is going to come down, but Howard can't get in there. Mark
cutting him off. They gotta go in.
Enchanted
They gotta
arrow
go.
hitting onto it. Here's the combo. Laughing Man choo-choo. And Bessa is down. Dexterous is frontlining here. Ult not enough to do anything.
Both the junglers are down.
Falling. Ari's down and coming in with the double
Laughing
ult
Man
as
picking up the
well.
dragon.
is so much damage on the side of Poltron's. Kitten here. It's a beautiful flash charm onto Kevin Bacon hashtag Mog. But Sticks in the backline, forced to flash away. We're gonna need more damage, Sticks, if you have a chance of getting out here. Flash from Passionless. Not on my watch. You cannot run away from this queen. But maybe you will be able to. A tower shot for your troubles. Mar isn't done that though. Hunting. They can smell the blood in the water. What can you do now?
Oh,
It's a
the
perfect
predict.
predict. It's a perfect predict from Mar. Oh my word. Pizza and pasta in Mar's belly tonight. You're eating good with that.
Another massive fight for Poltron's Kittens. And in the middle of that, Laughing Man managed to pick up the dragon. He said, I've had it. I've had it with you guys. Laughing Man got the last hit. 30 HP, I think, was on that dragon. Maybe Scion Shield went off.
Look at this predict. Look at this
it's too
predict.
good.
The Rylai's. Not only are you predicting the teleport, but you're predicting the teleport with the Rylai's, the phase
Yep.
shift. Oh my god, it was beautiful.
Yeah. And Mara is playing out of his mind. He's really putting on a massive performance right now. 11, 1, and 10 on that Talia mid. 4 items.
We have to talk about, and I mean no disrespect to Kevin Bacon hashtag mod here, but the double support bot lane that we've seen, 1, 3, and 14, it's not an attack damage carry, but it is a sniping king. We saw the enchanted arrow hitting onto the Ambessa, and without the proper resistances here, they're finding them. That Ambessa's getting shredded so quickly.
Yeah. And look, I've heard of American Sniper. I was not aware that we were watching Oceanic Sniper with Kevin Bacon on this Ash pick. It's been a real magical game for him. He's had so many cross-map arrows. It truly is something special.
And that fight did look good for HKFC. Ma using those E's a little bit early, and we saw how much prio that... Oh, as the Weaver's Wall is coming in, but it's an Ezreal. What are you going to do there?
And unfortunately, he just wasn't able to connect with that assault battery.
The charm landing onto the Seraphine there. Not a huge amount of damage as this tank Seraphine survives.
Seraphine is just
with half.
Just putting in work.
That is
Does
a
not
6
care.
kill. Hold on.
That's a 3.5 item Ari.
Rabadon's Ari, Don.
Yeah,
That's a Rabadon's Ari.
I don't know what's going on with the Seraphine pick. I may have to pick this champ up so maybe it'll help me stop dying so much. Oh my god.
That's absurd how tanky she is. She didn't even get down to half on that. But we do get level 16.
Nom.
Both mid laners here. Poltron Kittens.
Ooh, the Baron started up.
This Baron might be
cool,
off
but
of vision.
Dextros is in base and Byleth is bot, so
they know they're in Byleth though, and that's a early Talia E. The engage time would be now a miss from the Scion R. They've got them in this choke point here. Byleth already engaging with Laughing Man below. The enchanted arrow sniping the Ari, forced to R defensively running away, but Byleth is on Mars.
Kevin Bacon.
Is the damage enough? It's not enough. Getting E'd away. Sticks in the fight though. Last left.
Wow.
Taken down by Poltron.
I don't know. They're just playing it so well.
Yeah, the lead
and
now.
HKFC are giving it their all, but unfortunately at this point they're 5k go down and it's not looking too good. That snipe is unreal. What is going on, Mr. Bacon? Check this guy's PC, man.
Mog, he is nasty with them. And Poltron could just afford to sit in the back line there. Byleth is doing so much. But do you want to know the downfall of Byleth in that fight there? He took a moment, used some cooldowns on Laughing Man right at the start. And so wasn't there in the back line like he should have been. And so you just get that sort of eternal defeat in these team fights where maybe if he had gotten a couple more rotations off, he could have taken down Ma, who still doesn't have Zhonya's. Baron going over.
Waiting for that Ashe to spawn.
I mean, these Ash arrows have been completely insane.
They are ridiculous. And even, look, hey, Kevin Bacon was even in that fight. And he did hashtag Mog with the way he was kiting that team.
It's absurd. Like, threading the needle is an understatement.
Yeah.
As Rakan does get actually a really good little engage on Ma, but no follow-up from the team. Sitting around mid lane with this Baron. No, they're just 5 ARAMing mid. The Ari Charm goes a little bit wild. Poltron engaging on the side. This dragon is going to be the what they want here. Weaver's Wall coming out, cutting off both members of the team, but it's a retreat from Poltron. The Weaver's Wall down now. Talia E is the ability to watch for the fire. The first miss. The arrow completely misses. Could this be bad?
Call off the fight.
Poltron's Kitten. And the Talia E is down. They should have prior now. The time to go in would be now. The Ezreal ult does hit the Ash. Poltron secures the dragon. It's a 4 from the Seraphine ult. And Bessa is in the backline with 4 members. She's tanking a lot, but there's no damage onto Laughing Man. He's too tanky. Ma, too much damage. Run, Tallywhacker. You and Styx are all that's left, keeping you alive in this tournament. Poltron, chase them down like the hound you are. You're not old enough to chase. We want to get more. The Scion Q landing onto the Ari. Styx ain't get enough to get away as well. Take him down, Ma. The 4th flash doing as many Qs as possible. They want them out of this tournament.
Yep. They want to send them packing. And it's looking like they're going to at this point.
With that Baron buff up, what can they do here?
It's a massive 10k gold lead at this point.
Certainly rough when you get a team fight like that. There were moments, there were brief glimpses of it going well for HKFC. Yep. Kevin Bacon hashtag Mog finally missing an arrow. A Weaver's Wall splitting off the team, but forced to go down. And then an early use of the Talia E. You could have engaged the Ezreal ult, hitting a decent amount and chunking their ADC down. And we did see Mbessa like tanking about 4 of the members. So much damage just being tanked. But without the damage putting out, it wasn't enough. They cannot get through. Laughing Man, he's too big.
Yeah, and look, we saw Laughing Man really even ulting Dextrox, stopping him from even being able to get to that dragon. And we also saw that massive ultimate coming out from Passionless, flipping 3 of the team, just really stopping anything they could do to try and back up Byleth on that Mbessa in that backline.
I've got to say as well, and as an absolute lover, we are missing an item in this game that would maybe change it. I want you to look at how much shielding is on the side of Poltron's Kittens. We have the Vi passive providing a shield. She's got the Sterak's as well. You have the Scion W. You've got a Seraph's on that Talia. And then, of course, you have all the shielding being applied from the Seraphine. But where is our Serpent's Fang, Dodd? Where is the Serpent's Fang?
Where is the damage? You know?
It's
really
just not
rough.
There. As we come into the bot lane, the charm does land onto Poltron, who is forced to run away. Once again, keep track of that Talia E. That's what matters in these team fights.
Now we do see Styx pick up the Bork as well, and that might be his only hope to really take down this Scion. Aside from that, I don't know who's hurting this guy.
Just cutting him off. I mean, this is perfect use from Ma. They can take this dragon. It's time to lock him down. He does get Mbessa ulted, but Ash Arrow does go out. They've split the fight on both sides. Byleth, once again, taking on 2 members, but everyone is here to collapse. Try as you might. Gonna lose another inhib and potentially the game. I have to say, you're out of this tournament, HKFC. Very if they get this full nexus. It's up to Tallywhacker, the last hope. But it might be a bit rough as Kevin Bacon hashtag Mog dives the fountain.
He sacrifices himself to take down Tally.
The game goes over for Poltron's Kittens. I mean, that game was beautiful. That game was beautiful. I want to say as well, we do have, thanks to Riot, we have access to codes. So I would love if everyone in chat put an MVP vote in on who you think was the most valuable player for that game. But Dodd, I leave the question to you. Who do you think is the most valuable player in that game?
Mate, it's gotta be Ma. It's gotta be Ma on that Talia pick. Just outstanding. I mean, some of those arrows from Kevin Bacon, though. Ooh,
weren't they good?
I don't know.
Weren't they good?
Unreal. And to be honest, probably won them a lot of those fights. So
absolutely. What about
you? What's your pick?
Oh man, do you want to know something? It might be unorthodox, but we cannot underestimate how much Laughing Man did with how much he was
what I was
bullied
gonna say.
early. That Scion was so tanky, it absorbed so much pressure. It just kept some of the enemy team, some of HKFC, distracted for long enough for the other side of Poltron'S Kittens to do what they need to do in these team fights. And he was always there, the ult chugging along. And even though it might have not hit every time, the pressure was there.
Yep. And I think it's so interesting to see the difference between game 1 and game 2, right? Different teams, similar picks though. You've got the Scion instead of the Mundo, but the Scion managed to do what the Mundo couldn't and survive that laning phase, get tanky enough to really come through and be a nuisance. And the Ashe was hitting the arrows and actually getting stuff done. And it made that space for Ma to be a nuisance.
And honestly, we also just have to mention for a second Poltron. I mean, the jungle was played like a beautiful game of chess. The early invade setting up the rest of their team for victory. And we'll see if there's a victory as we do say goodbye to HKFC. And we say goodbye to you for a quick break before we get into the best of 3. This is a game you're going to want to stick around for. Fearless will be taking effect. Stay tuned as we take a short break.
See you soon.